Hey everyone, it's me, Christy. Um, it's been a really long time, but I had a dream last night that I can't even put into words. I've honestly been up most of the night since after I had it, and I apologize for how I look. I don't really care. This isn't about me. But this dream has literally shook me to my core. And I'm sorry I'm talking quiet. I'm downstairs. My husband and my youngest daughter is still asleep upstairs. But I wanted to share this dream because, wow. So I'll just get right into it because I do have to go get ready to take my daughter back to the doctor. She's had pneumonia and parainfluenza 2 and a double ear infection. So we have a follow-up today for her asthma. So if you would, please say a prayer for her. But the dream started with me and my husband and our kids somewhere. It actually looked like my old childhood home that I remember. And my kids were older than they are now. My oldest daughter's 7 right now, and in the dream she probably looked like she was about 12. And then my 5-year-old was with her, and she looked like she was about 7. So my son wasn't there, and then there was another child in the picture. We have 4 kids right now, but my husband was holding a baby. I'm not sure if it was ours and where our other 2 children were. But I'm assuming we heard a loud trumpet or a blast of some sort, like to where I knew the rapture was about to take place. Like that second, like, I was sitting there waiting for it to happen because of like something we heard. We were standing in anticipation that, oh my gosh, this is it. It's really happening now. And I have chill bumps telling you this because it makes me emotional. It was so real. When I woke up, I was devastated that it didn't actually happen. But we're standing around listening, anticipating, and I look over at my 2 daughters, 2 of them, not the youngest one that I just mentioned. I see this light encompass it, like outlined their bodies and overtook their bodies, and they just went up. It happened so fast, yet so slow, where my eyes could see what was taking place. But I looked at my husband, and he looked at me, and he looked like he was worried. I was like, it's fine. It's fine. I know where they're going. You know where they're going. And they were just gone. And then my husband and I look at each other in anticipation, like, are we going? Is this happening? And I see the same thing start happening to him. I see this outline of light take over his body and then slowly encompass it and the child in his arms. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is it, you're going. And as he starts to lift up, I grab his hand, and I must have been transforming at the same time as him. And when I grab his hand, we shoot through the roof. And it's like we're going through space and time. I can't put in the words to what it actually felt like. Things were kind of slowed down, and I remember when we got up so far, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I hope he doesn't look back, because I know he was worried about wherever our other children were. I really can't remember if the child he had in his arms was our younger child. I can't remember. But once we got up in the air, and I was thinking that, although I know things were fast as we were moving through space and time, basically, I was anxious a little bit too, and wondering and worrying about, oh my gosh, I hope he doesn't look back because he's worried about the kids. And then this voice said to me, do not look back. And I didn't. I kept my eyes fixated on moving through the air, space. I can't explain it. I can't put it into words. And when we got where we were going, we stopped somewhere. I don't know. I can't explain it. We just got to another place, and it looked like a gathering place. It wasn't like our final destination, if that makes sense. but it was like a gathering place. And there was some people there, but there wasn't a lot yet. And I don't know if it's like how it'll happen. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I saw. But there was this man there, and he was standing off to the side like he was waiting on us. And some people were going through their emotions like I was when I got there. But whoever this man was, and I perceived him as Jesus, but he doesn't look like the Jesus that I saw, like, in pictures and stuff, you know. He had darker skin, not like black, but he wasn't white. He wasn't as pale as me. He was darker, olive colored skin. And I fell down at his feet and threw my arms around his legs and his feet, and I wept. It was like I couldn't believe that I was there, that it had happened, that I just can't explain it. And I remember opening my eyes in the middle of the night after this happened, and I, honest to God, could not believe that it didn't really happen. It felt that real to me. And I'm not saying that's what Jesus looks like. I'm not saying that's how the rapture is going to take place, but I'm telling you, this is one of the most real dreams I've had. And I've had a lot of dreams that have shook me to my core. But to see that, to feel that, traveling, like to feel that transformation have taken place in such a way that I really thought it happened. But I just wanted to share this. If you guys have any input or anything, please let me know. I can guarantee you this is going to be on my mind for days, maybe even weeks. I haven't had a dream in quite a while since I posted my last video, but I just remember last night that somehow I got on this topic with my husband because of everything that's happened in Iran lately. And I know a lot of people might give backlash for me saying this, but this is the only thing I talked about with him before we went to bed. It wasn't like I went to bed thinking about the rapture or something. He was showing me pictures or memes about the other country's leader that was killed in the airstrikes, and I just reminded him, I'm like, I get what you're saying about all the evil things that the man done. I understand that. And I don't agree with any agenda set out with ill intent to harm or hurt anyone, because it's cruel, it's wrong. But can I please just remind you that Jesus saw that man's face when he laid down on the cross just as much as he saw our face. He created everyone in this world, and whether that man worshipped him or another god, it doesn't change the fact that God still created him, and he still loved him just like he loves us, and he would have still forgiven him if he had come to the loving forgiveness of Jesus Christ and what happened when he laid on that cross and took our place for sin. He could have still been forgiven too. But that's a whole other topic that I feel strongly about, and I know that that man probably done a lot of things in his lifetime that I would never care to know about because they're just so terrible. But I just wanted to share this dream with you guys, and as I always say, if there's anyone watching these videos and you do not know Jesus Christ, please ask him into your heart as your Lord and Savior. Know that he loves you so much, and he is sending out all these messages to draw every last person to him before he comes for his church. So please, please come to Jesus while you still have time. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.